Hi, it's Milan. Welcome to the Black Flash Boxing channel. We're here at the Black Flash press conference interviewing our fighters ahead of the show this weekend. If you haven't got your tickets, make sure to get them. And yeah, here we go.
Right, welcome everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you've all had some food. Just walking in there as well. Good. Right, so we're going to kick off with the press conference here. So welcome everybody today. It's the Black Flash Promotions show on Saturday, and we're looking forward to this. It's a really good show. A lot of talented fighters are on this bill, and I think we're going to speak to all of them. There's no specific order, but who's travelled the furthest? None of you. You're all quite local, aren't you? I think we're going to start with George though, because George has had a bit of news for this fight. So George, why don't you come up, mate? George Khil. Just grab that mic, George. So, George, you were scheduled to make your professional debut this Saturday, but unfortunately you had a little bit of bad news. You want to just tell us about the bad news?
So, I got my results from my brain scan, and there's been a minor issue on it, so the board's medical panel won't allow me to fight until I get it cleared. So I've got to have a further assessment. I think it's popular with the new technology in this day and age, and hopefully it's just a minor issue. I get it resolved in the next few weeks, and then hopefully I'll make my pro debut on the May show.
Yeah, it's a real shame that, because you were looking really good. I mean, I remember when we put a little clip up of you as a young kid talking about turning pro. You turned pro with Pat. Tell us about the decision to stay with the gym.
Collyhurst and Mawson's my home. I've been there for the last 8 years since I've been 11 years old. I do all my amateur fights there. Knew Pat since a little kid, and we just made the decision that my style is more suited to the pro game, and then we made the decision to turn pro. And it's obviously unfortunate that there's been a bit of a bump in the road to start the journey, but when you overcome that, it's only going to make me mentally stronger.
I know your tickets were going really well and people were buzzing about you turning over and stuff, but what have you got to say to them then? Because this is just a glitch in the road, isn't it? Yeah. It's not a permanent thing for people that are wondering. It's something that we expect to get rectified.
Yeah, 100%. Over the next few weeks, like I say, I'll do this further assessment and then hopefully it'll all get sorted. But just want to say thank you to everyone that came out and bought a ticket. Done over 170 tickets. The support's been great for my debut. Obviously it's not meant to be this weekend, but in the next few months, get it sorted and get the show on the road in May, hopefully.
You'll still be there though, supporting the lads?
I'll be there supporting all the lads. All coming on, all looking well. Been training alongside them for the last few months, and it's going to be a great show, and all the lads are more than ready.
George, great speaking to you, mate. Shame about that, but you're definitely going to be back. Definitely back. Right, cheers, George. All right, so we'll move on. We'll speak to each of the fighters in turn. So, Lewis, let's speak to you, mate. Lewis Wood, give me a little cheer, please. Thank you very much. So I've just heard that Lewis is looking good. He's firing on all cylinders. Coming down, everyone's sitting there eating whilst you're trying to make weight. You guys are all trying to make weight. What was that like?
Not too bad, because I'm on weight anyway, so it's not really a problem for me.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Nice and professional. So, you've had a couple of bumps in the road, but I've heard that you're fully focused, determined to put everything correct going forward.
Yeah, 100%. I've been back in the gym, training hard, working on my mistakes, and we're ready to put on a performance come Saturday night.
You've not been matched easy. You've always had tough opponents in front of you, even if they might be journeymen, they're very experienced and things like that. But that shows that you're willing to get in there and get in there with good kids and test yourself early, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Not in this boxing game to be having easy fights. You got to test every time you get in that ring. Why you train so hard, and I'm looking forward to Saturday night. We're on a good display.
Now, I've just found out as well earlier on that Lewis is colourblind. So, when you're going into, when did you realise you're colourblind?
Probably when I was about 10 years old.
For the last 5 years, he thought I was black, actually, but.
Thought that was white.
Can't say that on Sky, can you? But here we go. Right, so Lewis, what I like about it is your commitment to the cause. You keep going. And when I see you training in the gym, I notice you really listen to what Pat's telling you. Just tell us about Pat as a trainer and what you gain from his experience.
Yeah, he's a great trainer, because any mistakes you've got, he's going to drill you until you iron them out. And he pushes you to the limit, and he's good to get inside your head as well. The mental side of things, he's a great coach.
Yeah, definitely, and you do that repetition in the gym as well, don't you, till you get absolutely perfect.
It's never perfect, but we just keep drilling and drilling until it becomes second nature.
Have you ever got it to where he's happy?
Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, yeah.
All right, have you got a message for your supporters and everyone that's
just
tuning in?
massive thank you to everyone who's coming out to support on Saturday night, and I hope you all enjoy, and I'll put a good display of boxing on for you.
Top man Lewis Wood here. Thank you very much,
Thank
Lewis.
you.
Top man. All right, we'll keep it going. Next up, we'll just go in order then, shall we? So we've got Garth here. Garth, come over. Garth Ward Jr. Come over, mate. Good to see it. You're looking a lot trimmer than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, I'm there now, mate. I'm quite.
You look bang on weight. In fact, he says you might even be a little bit under.
A little bit under at the minute. 13, yeah. So yeah, ready to go.
Now that takes, you have actually been a lot bigger in the past, so that shows the commitment you've had for this boxing journey. Just tell us a little bit about why you decided now is a good time for you to really capitalise on the boxing journey.
Yeah, the plan was always to turn pro, but it took a bit longer, bumps on the road, but I've got my 3 young children. Thought I'd get my weight down, get back in the gym, get back to Pat, get the ball rolling.
Yeah, because you boxed with Pat and you were around college gym as an amateur. And the same question to you then, what was the reasoning behind getting back to the gym?
I knew it was a place to be in, everything was right. I knew that was a place where I was always meant to be, in Pat's hands, and it was just a matter of time. Yeah.
Now, you're from a fighting family, you've got fighters in the family. I know your family are passionate about boxing. Does that add a bit of pressure there? You've got to live up to the Ward name?
Yeah, of course. My granddad's here. He influenced us all, my dad obviously. And then yeah, I want to make Glenn proud, make my children proud, and do what I know I'm capable of doing.
You mentioned there with children, and some of the fighters here do have kids. It does make a difference, doesn't it? Because you're fighting for family as well.
Yeah. I want them to grow up, be proud of their dad, see their dad fighting. Yeah.
Now, I got a little chance to see you training not too long ago, and I could see that the power is there, the hand speed, everything's there. But what would you say is your main strength as a fighter?
I know my power's there, but you're learning every day. You'd have to ask Pat that, but confident in my ability, I know what I can do. But yeah, the power's there, but yeah, everything all round it. It'll all come.
I've heard you've got a lot of people that are kind of supporting this debut. So what's it like having a lot of support as well?
It's more pressure in it. Put the pressure on. That's all it is. There's over 400 coming. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And that'll just get bigger.
That is a lot. That is actually a lot. Well done there. So just pick up a little bit on that then. So have they always supported your boxing journey from a young age?
I've got a big family. Your family's always behind you. The community's behind them. And it'll just go from there.
Now you mentioned as well there are links to the travelling community in your family as well, and that of course is a culture that is very much linked to boxing, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. That's always goes with it. Yeah.
All right, mate. Have you got anything to say to people that are going to come out and support you on the day?
I just appreciate all the support. Tune in, and it's going to be the start of a great career. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you soon.
Top man, guys. All right, next we have Khil Majid. Khil, come to the stage, please, mate. Undefeated fighter. There you go, Khil. Good to see you, mate. You too. Looking in good shape. Always looking very fresh.
Trying to be like you.
You've actually you've been away, haven't you? For you've been part of Hamza Shiraz's training camp.
Yeah, in LA. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's obviously a top quality fighter. I know you get on great with him and his family and everything. But being around fighters that are on that level, what's that like? Has it brought your game along?
Yeah, of course. I've just been around them every day and seeing what they do, and I try to pick up things and then try to implement it in my training regime. I think it works massively there.
Have you what specific things have you picked up from someone like Hamza, who's fighting at a really good level now, and he's been talked about as one of the best prospects in the country?
Or how hard he trains. Like I used to think I train hard, but then when you're with better fighters, you see how hard they train, and then it just motivates you to just up your game and like make your boxing IQ a lot better than what it can be.
Now you're an undefeated fighter. You've everyone's always noticed your fast hands, combinations. You've got a great eye-catching style, haven't you? For people who haven't seen it, just tell us about your style and about your fan-friendly approach to the game.
Speed. So I've always had speed, thank God. But I've been working on a lot more sitting on my shots now. And obviously during this time out, I've been working a lot on my power. So I'm sure on Saturday it'll come into play in my fight.
Paulie De Silva trains you,
and
you're managed by Sean Cruel now as well. So you've got a team there that's very embedded into the Manchester boxing scene.
Yeah, a very good team, a good loyal team, and I'm thankful to both of them, 100%.
And Pat giving you the chance as well on the Black Flash show, which is going to be live streamed, by the way, guys, live streamed on Saturday. So again, it's great to have these local promoters putting on shows which give people like yourself, talented kids like yourself, opportunities.
Yeah, of course, I just want to thank Pat Barrett for putting me on the show, Black Flash Promotions, and also my team that stuck by me. Obviously, my last fight, I've been out for a year, like due to my injury, but you know, I'm back now. I'm ready to kick off the titles this year, God willing.
Your father's here somewhere, isn't he? I know he's very passionate about your career. He's a real good support to you as well. You've got that great relationship. That's quite important to you as well, isn't it? That relationship you guys have.
Yeah, of course. Without my dad, I won't be boxing. He literally does everything for me, so I'm forever grateful to him. Yeah.
What would you like to see this year then? A nice busy year, and would you like to start getting into contention for titles?
Well, yeah. Last year I was on the back end pushing off for titles and getting signed by a promotion company, but my injury happened, and I think things happen for a reason. But now I'm a lot stronger, a lot wiser, and I'm ready to kick on. You know, God willing, this year I'll end the year on some kind of title, 100%.
Okay, last one then for you. What do you think you've learned sort of along your journey? Because you've had more fights than a lot of the lads that are on the show. What would you say you've learned, and is there any advice you can give to fighters that are just starting out the journey?
Just enjoy the moment. Like, I think people think, oh, I can't wait for the fight to be over, but when it's not there, when you're not fighting, you realise how much you miss it. Especially me being out the ring for so long, but just enjoy the moment and take each drive as it comes. That's
great advice. Well, Khalil, very best of luck on Saturday, and we'll see you there.
And sorry, last but not least, I just want to thank my sponsor who stuck by me from day one, Correct Protect, and all the people who are coming out always.
All right, top man. There you go, Khalil, top man. Right, we'll bring in Pat, and Mario will come straight to you afterwards. We'll bring in Pat because obviously Pat is the promoter for this show, and it's a really good show, Pat. It's a really good show. You've got some really talented kids on here, and looking down the list of the fighters on this show, you've managed to put on some serious talent, so you must be quite proud of this one.
You know what, to be quite honest with you, okay, I'm always proud of everything that we do in this boxing, and it's good to see the platform that these kids one day will be fighting for titles. They start here and they'll go on to bigger and better things, and yeah, I mean, it just gives me the satisfaction to work with them. I mean, I will go somewhere, my own lads, and it's great.
Now, we were talking earlier, yesterday on the phone, we were just talking about, it's a shame about George, with the brain scan and everything. These are the things that people don't realise, that when you're putting on a show, last minute things happen, and it can really be quite frustrating at times. And what's that been like, having last minute pull-outs and things like that for shows?
To be quite honest with you, it's nothing that I'm not used to now. I'm not going to say, you've got to stay positive and keep working. I mean, he was there when we did a show with only 3 belts, and we had to do it. So, it ain't nothing new. As long as we get it out of the way and we move on and we stay focused, and it's like what teach the fighters, it's all about the mindset. And I mean, just don't let it get to me.
You've always stayed positive, and I do remember that show with 3 fights on. People were saying you should pull the show, and you didn't, because you wanted to give those 3 fighters the opportunity, which I think is very commendable. Now, going forward into this, we always talk about how hard it is to promote small boxing shows. I don't think people realise how hard it is, especially when you've got to make the budgets work, and it's opponents, and it's expensive to bring foreign opponents, etc. What's that angle like, Pat? Could you give us an insight into putting on small shows and how hard it can be at times?
It's not hard, it's just really frustrating. What's frustrating about it, more, you just said it yourself, it's like there isn't enough UK journeymen as there used to be before, and then when you start bringing in foreign journeymen, then you've got the thing with the board, and then the board are knocking them back, and then the board really are meant to be looking after all these prospects, and some of the fights that you've got to accept, you're asking yourself a question, why would you take these for these kids? It's not easy at all. It's really hard. It's more harder for the lads that are training for the fights and that are getting ready, waiting to see who they're fighting. I mean, Mario's had it probably the hardest, waiting for a last minute opponent, and we had one booked in, whatever happened, and Seamus Devlin, something happened there, he wasn't able to fight him, and we've been going till we finally came to a decision to have a fight. And like it says, again, it's all about the expenses, the flights, where they're flying from, hotel fees, food costs. It's crazy, but the way I see it, as long as he gets a career from it, it's about learning the hard way, because this won't be forever.
Yeah, and one thing that, people do know, who know about this, how much commitment you put to the lads, really. You put in a lot of time in the gym, padding everyone, giving everyone advice. You spend a lot of time doing that. You also spend a lot of time trying behind the scenes, trying to get them the fights, trying to get them on shows, keep it all together. Why is it so important for you to give the young lads coming through and girls coming through to give them that opportunity?
You know what? It's a difficult question. I don't really know. It's something that I just enjoy doing. Really, it's just life itself is a challenge, and you know, I remember when me and Chris Mailer first started out a very long time ago with BBTV and Black Flash Promotions, and even from there, you know, no one didn't think that we would stay and be here for this long. And we're going on 8 years, and we don't get support, we don't get sponsorship. And I'm not going to cry and say, well, it's here for a reason, and if it wasn't meant to be, it would have crumbled. Like, I've seen a lot of promotions come and go, and you know, the one thing that I say I'm doing it for the right reasons. As Zelfa and Lyndon's come through this, and many other fighters before that have come through this platform that we know without even mentioning. So when I see how strong it is and how good it can be, this is why a lot of people are deciding to fight on the Black Flash show. It's not because I'm better than anybody else, it's because I do it out of love.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you mentioned Zelfa and Lyndon there, of course, taking fighters of that caliber from scratch, teaching them the ropes. Do you have the same hopes for that you know, you can replicate that formula with some of the people in your gym going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the fighters in my gym. I do believe this kind of platform, it gives everybody the chance and the opportunity to become someone. It's like Tom Rafferty, he's had all his fights with us, and he's 7-0, and he's done well. So I remember speaking to him when he first came into the office and speaking to his dad, and you know, it's about having a plan, and if you don't have a plan, you're not going to go anywhere. So from day one, I've always had a plan for Zelfa and Lyndon, and the same way I'll have a plan for George and Gav and all my fighters in my gym. I'm not just going to say, here's a show, get on it, let's make some money now. Forget it. If it's going to be like that, I'd rather not do it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, fair enough. And this show, guys, will be streamed. I'll just repeat it will be streamed from approximately 7 p.m. on Saturday on the Black Flash Promotions YouTube channel. So make sure if you can't come, or if you know people that want to watch it, that's how they can watch it. But obviously it's better to come down, isn't it, Pat, and see it live. But do you want to just tell people why they should either come down or tune into the show on Saturday?
You know, it's just good to have the support, really. People watching it, people coming down. It's just supporting small ball boxing, and I know it's becoming extinct, and I know that we're up against a lot with these YouTube fighters and all this kind of thing. But you know, there's only people like Dave Ward, Gav Ward that will remember boxing from back in the day, and Paulie Silva and a few others. It's gone. What we're into today is different. It's changed.
Well, I won't mention YouTube boxing to you because last time I thought you was going to chin me, so I won't do that. But it's good to speak to you, Pat. We're really looking forward to this show on Saturday. It's a quality show, some real talent on the card, and we'll speak to you a bit later on, Pat. Cheers. Thanks for your time. Cheers. All right, let's go to Super Mario. Silva, he's an undefeated fighter, training with his father, Paulie the Silva, who Pat just mentioned. It's great to see you, going the way you're going. I remember when you were like just a fat little kid. But now you are trim, you are in shape, and you're taking this craft very seriously. You're really serious about boxing, aren't you?
This is my life, and you only get one opportunity to do things, and this is my opportunity now to break through, and I see a way out through boxing, and I'm going to show everyone that this is my way out, and it's going to happen. It's only a matter of time, but I'm going to make it. And like I've said to Chris in previous interviews, I am going to be the first Portuguese fighter to ever become a world champion, inshallah. But I'll be the first one. As soon as I've set that, that's it. There's the opportunities are endless from there.
Yeah, I mean that is a massive sort of milestone, or to put out there to be the first world champion from Portugal. I mean, I didn't know much about the Portuguese boxing background. I know there are some boxers from Portugal, but there actually is quite a good culture of boxing over in Portugal, isn't there?
There's quite a few fighters. We've even experienced it, me and my father, when we went over and we got called out for sparring. When I went to the spars, they got licked up. But it's the pure fact that there's a lot of hungry fighters out there, but they don't get seen. But there's only been one fighter from Portugal that was close to being a world champion, which is Santa Camarão. And he lost, unfortunately. This is back in 1925. There's not been a fight ever since then to get close to be at world level, and you're looking at soon to be the first one.
Now, tell us more about this licking up in the gym, because I've just heard about this. So people were saying, come down to the gym and spar us, and if you think you're that good, and you went down there. Is that what happened?
I've had it where I'm going back home to relax, kick my feet up, and I'm getting called out for spars. I'm thinking it's just one person. We turn up, there's about 5 different kids that want to come in and out, 1 round each. I'm there doing 12, 16 rounds with different kids each time, no head guard, and just showing them what I'm about. They just think I'm just some outsider trying to throw the name of Portuguese, but I'm showing them what I'm about. They don't know about the Silva, that's what it is.
Well, they're going to find out then, aren't they? Now, one thing I was going to say is, obviously, young fighters coming up, they've got to make sacrifices, haven't they? You've got to sacrifice the nights out, you've got to sacrifice the social element of going out with your friends. What's that aspect of boxing like?
No sacrifices at all, because if you see it as a sacrifice, I don't think this is the sport for you. There's no such thing as sacrifices. They're necessary decisions to make in order to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So if you don't see it as a necessary cutout, then I don't know what to say to you for that. I don't see nothing as sacrifice. When I get told I have a fight, I'm buzzing, I'm having fun. When I get told that, right, it's time to be serious, I'm still having fun. This sport to me is my life. It's fun. I don't see no sacrifices in this.
Fair enough. I was at your pro debut, and you had a lot of fans there. But what I liked is it was a very mature performance, and it was methodical. And you grown up around the Collier's gym, like with Lyndon, Zelfa, people like that. All the fighters, and a great era that always come in and out of that gym. Was that important to your development, do you think, as a fighter?
It's very important because, like they say, you can't buy experience. Experience is only given to you through time. And for me, growing up from the Collier's gym, seeing everyone train, and seeing them on the downfall, seeing them on the greatest moments, it gives you that sense of experience that you can't buy. And I'm grateful for everyone to have gone through them situations to develop myself as a fighter mentally.
Well, you can catch Mario out on Saturday on the live stream on Black Flash Promotions, or come down to Bowlers to see him fight. Do you want to give a final message to your supporters?
All I want to say to my fans and supporters is thank you for buying tickets, thank you for showing support, and I'm going to show nothing but class. Like I said in the past, and I'll keep saying it every time, I'm an elite fighter, I'm not no average pro, and I'm here to prove that.
All right, there you go. Thank you very much. Cheers, Mario. All right, we've just had someone else pop in there, but Tom, I was lining you up already, so we'll bring you up there. Tom Rafferty, let's bring Tom up. Tom from a fighting family himself, his brother Jack, an unbeaten professional fighter. Tom, I've got a bone to pick. Everyone's been training in the cold. You've been out training in the sun, haven't you? Tell us about this.
Yeah, I did a good 2-week camp out in Forteventura. It was really good. Glad to get some good sparring out there, some good hard training, and finish my last bit of camp in some nice weather. What sort of sparring were you getting out there? Anyone that we'd know, like sparring wise? Yeah, well, there was a Spanish kid, like an Olympian out there, and then there was that Derek. Equeslin and his team was out there. So managed to get like a couple of good 8-rounders. Did some with Jack and a couple of lads at the gym. So it was great. It was tough. It was real tough, but all for the greater good. Well, you're mixing in fine company there. Derek's a top fighter, and Echo's just had a good win there, didn't he? It was a really good win, British and Commonwealth title, I think it was. So again, you're mixing in good company, but you're from a gym as well where the finest gym in Ancoats, where basically you've got people like Liam Taylor and Terry Turbo Flanagan. You've got these people around you, and they train really hard, don't they? Yeah, they train hard. I mean, Steve puts us through some serious graft. It's not easy, sort of like breaks you in camp, but you've got to love that, especially as a fighter. Going through them hard sessions and hard dieting and stuff like that. But it's brilliant. It just builds your engine up. I'm getting better. I'm learning off top pros who've had a lot of fights, like my brother Liam, whatnot. Terry's like always there, and obviously Steve's been there and done it. So yeah, I'm just soaking it all in and just constantly improving and constantly grinding. And I'm going to show on Saturday night how much I have improved and how much I want this.
I was going to mention that you can see the gradual improvement, and you can see that. What do you put that down to? Is it just the way you're living? I don't know. Is it the way is it going out for doing camps like in Fuerteventura? What do you think it is?
Well, obviously, if you do something every day of your life and you take it serious and you dedicate your full life to it, you get better. But just a massive thanks to the team, because Steve and a lot of the knowledge that I've been learning in the boxing game. So put it down to that, and just a lot of hard graft. I'm dedicating my life to this now. This is all I do. I live and breathe boxing, and thanks to Pat and all the team for getting us on these small old shows, and it's all live streamed for everyone to see. So it's in a way it's better than Sky, because people are not got to pay for it. They just go on YouTube and get it for free.
That's right.
People are struggling these days, and they can watch it for free. And then obviously everyone who's buying tickets, that's great as well. As a boxer, you need a good team around you, and you need obviously you need a bit of luck in the boxing game. But it's just a lot of hard graft been put in as well, and that's what I'm going to keep doing even after this fight. Get back in the gym, because this is just a start really. I'm fighting like journeymen, even though they're good, but this is just a start for bigger and better things.
Top man, couldn't have put it better there. Top man, Tom Rafferty. Make sure you tune in to see him on Saturday night. Cheers, Tom. Cheers. Top man. Let's bring in Alberto then. Alberto Kum. Let's do this. Alberto, we're training from Manchester Fight Factory. That's it. Go on, give him a clap. Go on, he deserves a clap. So, Alberto, great to see you. And we were saying the other day that you have had a bit of time out, but now you're back with a vengeance, and you're looking for all that smoke, basically. That's what you said to me.
That's right. I appreciate everyone taking the time out today to come and support for this media day. And then even on fight night, everyone's spending their hard-earned money to come down to the show. It's lovely to see. Unfortunately, I've had a bit of setbacks, since my debut, and then I'm happy to be back moving forward. And then on Saturday, I'll be happy to impress all the fans, and then let alone prove myself what I'm capable of. It'll be a very good night of boxing.
Now, a lot of the fighters that are here today have been on the Black Flash stream before. I don't think you've been on the Black Flash stream before, so just tell us about, for people who haven't seen you yet, what do you bring to the table as a fighter?
I have been on the stream.
Oh, you have actually been on, you have actually for your debut, But tell us about what you bring to the table as a fighter, like your key strengths.
There's a lot of excitement. I'm one of those adaptable fighters. Whatever my opponent brings, I adapt and I beat them at their own game. I wouldn't give too much away, but I just want to keep the fans excited and intrigued. But tune in on the stream, come up to the show on fight night, and then it's full of excitement. Like I said to you, I'm paying myself back for a little bit of lost time, and I'm here to put on a show.
Now, I come to visit you guys last week, I think it was, or something like that, and talk to the whole team, you, Sean, and all the boys. And one word I would use to describe your camp is hungry. You guys are hungry, aren't you, at the minute?
That is right, man.
You're all chomping at the bit.
Yeah, it's no lazy days in the gym, man.
No lazy days. They're even going to try to get me to train, but no. So what is it that makes the gym so hungry, do you think?
I think it's a lot of our background. Like most of us, I'm very multicultural. Myself, I'm from Ghana originally. My hometown is Jamestown in Ghana, where it's pretty much like the mecca of boxing. And I'm privileged to move over here to England, and then I found my love for boxing, which is why I'm still doing it. And then I have similar gym mates who over from African countries. My sparring partner is Bernardo Marine. He's a very accomplished kid. He's representing Ireland, Mozambique. He's experienced, so day in, day out, I've been sharing around with him, and it makes us thrive within one another. I've got another mate, Ezra Arenyaka, who's a Nigerian champion at this moment. So it's just love. Like everything we do in the gym is out of love, and then it just makes us hungry for what we do. And then when we get in the ring, like you say, the hunger shows.
Yeah, some people don't know about you is you've trained back in the day with people like Jack Cattrall. You used to spar with Jack Cattrall a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
He's one of the best. We all saw his last fight and everything. Yeah. But you used to spar with him.
Yeah, that was back in my amateur days, man. Very brave of me, I should say. But yeah, I picked up valuable gems from that. Many things that I still implement to myself, and since I've turned to a professional, and even like being around him was just a great experience. I think it's one of the best things you can ask for, being an up and coming pro, because you pick up so many things.
Yeah, and in fact, actually, Jordan Thompson, who's just had a good fight announced, who's unbeaten cruiserweight banger. He actually messaged me and said, "You need to get Alberto on the channel because this guy's got some serious talent." So there's people in the boxing trade that rate you very highly, aren't there?
Appreciate them, man. Yeah, like he was also one of them. I was glad to be around because, like I said, back in the day when I was sparring all those lads, they were in the gym and it was literally a game of keep up was, and then it was every day was hard, man. But then it pays off. Here I am today, so I appreciate those hard times. It molds you to who you are, and then, like I said, when I get in the ring, man, I just express myself and then just do it with love.
All right, top man. Well, there we go. Tune in on Saturday to watch Alberto Kum there from Fight Factory. Top man. We'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Right, appreciate it.
All right then. So we've got 3 fighters left, I think. So Hannah, you just come in nice and fashionably late, so why don't we go for Hannah? So Hannah's the only female boxer on this card. Hannah training at with Arnie Farnell in Failsworth. Go on, give her a clap. Nice and fashionably late there as well. Like to make an entrance. So you're the only female on the card. What does that feel like?
I didn't realise I was. I don't know. Am I the only female in Black Flash as well?
No, there's been other female boxers on, Carly Skelly and
Yeah, cool. Yeah, feels good.
There
I'm
we
just
go.
excited to get back in now. It's been so long that I'm focused and that's it.
Yeah, like the last time we did an interview, you were very honest and open. You talked about coming back from a defeat and everything, and really resetting your mind and focus and working hard to do that. How's that process been to actually get your mind focused back into the game?
It wasn't hard at all. It was just frustrating because I had the opportunity to show my progress taken away from me so many times, that it still feels like I'm still coming back when I'm so far ahead now from where I was in terms of like my boxing ability and just mindset. And I just want to get out there and show it now. So I'm glad it's like finally over the line, but I won't hold my breath. As soon as I see her on them scales, I'll be happy.
Yeah, because there's been so many pull-outs and last-minute things from so many different shows and different platforms that you're meant to be on.
I know.
And you have really had a catalogue of bad luck, haven't you?
I have. And the thing is, you can't really put it down to like certain factors. A lot of the time, it is nobody else's fault. It's just I have had really rubbish luck. A lot of it, I would blame the opponents. I know that sounds really bad, but we've had a lot of girls just ghost us, like with arrangement money and stuff, and they've just not got on flights, things like that. It's been the most frustrating and mentally testing year that I think I've ever had in my whole life. So to keep going and keep pushing through that, when you always get to like that finish line, it's always the week of the fight. Usually it's gone by now, so this is the furthest we've got in a year. So I'm just looking forward to it now, and I'm feeling a bit more spiteful within like my boxing and stuff. So.
Well, fingers crossed. There's nothing that happens. I won't jinx anything. But your trainer Arnie Farnell, I think he's in America at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone to Florida. Jimmy got a fight on the same blue week. So.
Yes, so he's out there with Jimmy Kelly. So you're going to have to do this a little bit, kind of. No, I know you're not on your own, but who are you going to have in the
This is my luck.
Yeah.
He's called Jono. He's one of Arnie's good friends, and his son actually boxes at our gym. So and I'll have Jackson. Jackson. He's gonna pass up for us. So at least I'll have like a familiar face in the corner with me. But me and Arnie have gone through this so many times. We've had a couple of weeks to prepare that he's not going to be there now. We've watched it endlessly, and we've just prepared basically. So I already know like what I need to do going in the ring. Jono's just going to be there to guide me and pick up things that maybe I'm not seeing in the ring. So I don't feel too bad that he's not there. We've gone through everything, and I'm just ready to go now.
All right, and just last one. You have a massive social media presence, don't you? I've seen some of the people that support you on social media and things. You've got a bit of a following, haven't you? What's that like? Because you actually do reply to everyone as well.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? It's slowed down a little bit, only because I've just been training, like focused on training and working quite a lot, that I've tried to take myself away a little bit from social media, because when things don't go right, like everyone wants your attention straight away, and it's really hard to reply to people and keep that same social media presence when you're literally going through like the worst year of your life. So I've slowed down a little bit, but I'm really, really lucky because like my followers, my fans, my supporters, they're all still there. They're all still buying tickets, no matter how many times they've been let down for hotels and trains. But yeah, you can definitely tell it's slowing down. I'm just hoping that once this fight happens, we can, pick things back up and show everyone why they're still supporting me.
Brilliant. Well, look, Hannah, best of luck on Saturday.
Thanks.
We'll see you there. And fingers crossed there's nothing to happen. I'm sure it won't.
Yeah.
Hannah Bagley, everyone, thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, I think there's just 2 fighters left to speak to. So Daba, let's get you over here, Daba. So Daba trains Colliers and Moston Gym with Pat. Daba, come and take a seat. It's great to see you now. I know you don't really love doing interviews and stuff like that, but the last one we did was great. You were telling me about how your mum supports your boxing, and she's tough and everything, and she wants you to. I said to you, does she ever get nervous? You said no. She doesn't get nervous watching you. Why do you think she doesn't? Is it because she knows how good you are?
Yeah, since I began, she's the only one really in my family pushing me to go. When everyone else was saying oh, you should study, you should do this and that. She said, no, if he wants to box, that's what I'm letting him do. And she's pushed me until now. I'm about to go out my second pro fight.
Yeah, mums are always right. Now, Pat has been telling me about you for years. When you were, a lot younger, he said, watch out for this kid. He's really good. I think he likes something in your style that he saw. But so that's good to know. That's probably a bit of pressure as well, isn't it? When Pat says, oh, he's good, keep an eye out on him.
Yeah, it is. But also, I feel like I've not really had the opportunity now to back up Pat's words, because due to slow starts. But I boxed in July. Then I didn't get to box again until the second pro fight. So really, I've not had the opportunity to prove what Pat's saying, which I get to do this Saturday.
Yeah, and is that important to you as well, to prove what he's been saying about you for years?
Yeah, of course, because I know Pat said a lot of things, a lot of people who said, this kid is good, is this and that, but I've not really had the chance to go and show everyone here that are not in the gym every day to see it.
Yeah, again, I've seen you there. You spar hard in that gym. You work hard. You train hard. But the sparring, going back to the sparring, I've seen the sparring. It's 1 in, 1 out. It's you've got to think a lot, because you play different variations of games, like the jab game, etc. You've got to be very, very sharp. And those guys, none of these guys want to lose in that sparring setup. So what's that like when you play these little sparring games and nobody wants to lose? It's that competitive.
Yeah, of course it is. It's intense, because training against loads of good guys, and me being the smallest, so that makes it always interesting. And I'm around training around top guys like Silva, Linda, so he's always learning as well.
Who's the most competitive? Who wants to win the most out of everything? Who's the worst loser?
Most competitive. I don't know about worst loser, but most competitive. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Linda. I'm going to go with Linda for that one.
See how everyone went quiet there when I asked you that? Because I wanted to hear the answer to that one. So Daba, people get behind fighters like all these fighters on here. This is like the platforms where you start to see the emerging talent coming through. And of course, you've got this platform, the Black Flash Promotions. From your trainer puts on these shows, so you're kind of lucky in that regard, aren't you? So you can always jump on these shows.
Yeah, of course. I feel like as if especially the situation where how I turn pro and stuff like that. I feel like without Pat and without Black Flash Promotion, probably wouldn't be able to do it. Even with all the setbacks I've had outside of boxing, being injured, stuff like that, and the patience Pat showed with me and all that to keep bringing me on, not just giving up on me when most people would have.
Well, there you go, mate. No one in here is going to give up on you, that's for sure. Yeah, and tune in to see Daba on Saturday when he's back in the ring. Daba, top man. Good to speak to you. Okay, now, final fight. I think I've done. Yeah, so our final fighter, Aram Kasparan. Artem, come over here, mate. Come and speak to me. It's good to meet you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So you're the only fighter I've not met from everybody. I've known all these for years and years, but you're the only fighter I've not met. Everyone's raving about you. They're telling me he's guy's class. He's won 4 or 5 national titles. He's a really talented guy. Tell us about your boxing background.
Excuse me for my English. English is not so good, so I try and explain the best I can. My boxing background, man. I came to the Netherlands as a refugee, and I lived in camps and stuff, so I never got the chance to get into the boxing gym and to train, and never got the chance to do any of that. but you know, the fighting was always burning inside of me. So when we got our papers and stuff, and we moved from the camp. Then I started boxing. I started boxing at home, and then we moved again to a bigger city, and then I went to a boxing gym, and my dad, my uncles were boxers as well, and that's when I started, man. When I started boxing, and you know, when I started boxing, the first day, the first training, I already knew I had to become a champion, you know, a big champion. You see, in camps it was hard. As a refugee, it was hard. We were raised in the streets. We didn't have anything, so you know, the anger inside of us, especially inside of me, I had a lot of anger inside of me. I had nowhere to release it. So yeah, boxing was the best thing for me, you know, to release my anger and stuff. And you know, we were not accepted in the country, so yeah, it was a hard time, you know. So all the anger, you know, yeah, boxing was the best thing to release it. And yeah, that's what I did. I went to a boxing gym, was training and stuff. And you know, the place I come from, we don't really supposed to get somewhere, you know.
Where is that? Where is that country that you came from originally then?
Well, my parents are Armenian, but I was born in Russia, in you know, in the same mountains as Khabib, the same mountain area. So yeah, but I was young. We moved to the Netherlands, and you know, the streets. That was, yeah. We didn't have anything, so it was the streets, was the camp. You know, all the trouble and stuff.
Well, yeah, you mentioned being in refugee camps and things. That must have been so tough. I mean, people, I suppose, take for granted the things they have, but you probably had nothing there. So when people talk about fighting with nothing, you really lived it, didn't you?
Yeah, I know what it means. The coming from the bottom, what it means. You know, I fought my whole life. I fought my whole life for everything I wanted. So I know what it means, and now I'm here, and I'm ready. I'm ready to show myself, my talent, my will to win, because you know, the will is sometimes even more important than the skill, and you know, that's what I have it burning inside of me. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready to show everyone what I can do, who I am, and I have a lot of ambitions to grow and grow further and further, and yeah, become a big champion, man.
I think people are going to be eager to see you boxing. How did the link up happen with Pat then? How did that link up happen with you and Pat Barrett?
Well, you see, in the Netherlands, there's nothing going on with boxing. You know, the boxing world is very small over there, especially nothing with professional boxing. So yeah, I was just. That was a thing for me. I was like angry because of that, because I didn't have any chances to grow, to get somewhere, to, you know, to show myself. So there was nothing going on over there, and I just picked up my phone and I started like texting like everyone I knew in the boxing world. Hey, listen, I need to get somewhere, you know, like somewhere where I can grow, where I can fight. I need to fight. I need to fucking fight, you know. Yeah. So give me something. You see, I'm 27, so it has to happen right now, you know. Yeah. So I picked up the phone, started texting everyone, like Spain, like Germany, here in the UK, like everyone I knew. And then one friend of mine, he knew Pat. And he gave me his number and told me, hey, listen, contact him, like call him, and just speak to him, and maybe he can make something happen for you. And I did. Just as soon as he sent me his number, I just picked up the phone and called him. Hey, I said, hello, Pat. I want to fight. Give me something. Give me something.
There you go, people. Pat's DMs are always open, ready for business. Well, you know what? It's fascinating hearing your story. I'm sure it's something that everyone will pick up on a bit more afterwards as well. But brilliant to see you on, and what a lineup that there's going to be Saturday. I mean, what a bunch of talented fighters here. It's great to see. And these shows like this really are like the lifeblood of the game really at the minute. And it's great that you're on the show, Art. It was great to meet you today, and all the fighters as well. Don't forget, guys, tune in from approximately 7 p.m. On the Black Flash Promotions YouTube channel to see this live stream. Get down to Bowlers if you can. I believe you can still get tickets on the door as well at Bowlers. But yeah, thank you everybody, and thank you everyone for coming and attending. And that wraps up the press conference for today. And again, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Right, so that was the press conference. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't got your tickets for this weekend, make sure to get them. If you won't be attending, don't forget that you can watch the live stream video on our YouTube channel at 7 p.m. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.